Hey, beautiful people, welcome to our YouTube channel. If you are someone who has ever wondered, even just for a moment, or pockets of wondering, why you experience so much intensity, maybe you have times of uncertainty where you wish you had clarity. It could be moments that you were unsure about yourself, about hearing God, about something that you feel like an instruction you're getting from God. Any element of uncertainty that you are plagued with, then this video is for you. Because you truly may be after clarity on so many levels. And you're struggling with where you go for that clarity. I want to let you know that clarity is coming today. Okay? Clarity is coming today. Now, if you have ever said, man, what is my purpose? If you have ever wondering, like, why am I here? Like, not just here in the earth. That's not what but I'm talking about, like, why am I at this place? Like, why am I being invited to this thing? Why am I getting this opportunity? Why is this person calling on me? Why? Like, what's going on? Like, why am I here? Like, why is this? It's something that you're innately searching for. It's something that you're innately purpose is something that you're innately searching for. Sometimes the lack of fulfillment causes you to find fulfillment in people, places, and things. You are looking for fulfillment, and you find yourself trying to find it in marriage, trying to find it in children, trying to find it in success, trying to find it in achievement, trying to find it in academics and wisdom and knowledge. There are so many ways that one can try to find fulfillment. And it's because the facet of woman it's missing something. It's searching for something. It's longing for something. It knows it is void of something. Now, the trick is, and the deception comes when we think that the void and the absence and what we're missing is what society deems is successful. What society will applaud and say, you go, girl. And that is why we get so many questions of, when you gonna get married? Do you want to be married? When you gonna have children? All right, let us not be bloated. Are you pregnant? Or when you get married, when you gonna have kids? Or what are you gonna do in your life? Well, what do you want to be when you grow up? These are natural questions that people ask. One, to make conversation. Two, curiosity. Three, to kind of get you to think about, some things. But I want you to know that sometimes those questions, it can be met with more of the uncertainty arising. It can usher in more of the intensity, because on the inside, you already have this impression that you're void of something. It is a reason why the culture and the language and the wave that's going on right now is to be the rich auntie, to not want to have kids, to just be about your career, not to be the wife who stays home or things of that nature. And the reason is because it's a pushback. It's a pushback to the intensity that has once been felt around that topic. I hope this is making sense for you. Because right now I'm trying to bring clarity to what is causing you to feel like you're absent or void of something. What is behind the uncertainty, the root of the uncertainty. Okay. Now we're building, okay? We're going somewhere, so stick with me and play this back as many times as you need, because I pray that the Spirit of God is conveying to you what it is that He wants you to be clear of. See, sometimes we can have what we feel like we want, the clarity we want, and then there is a higher perspective that God knows will help us and come be that support being where uncertainty may be causing you to sink. Okay? And so the pushback and the tension or the intensity is a derivative of what you think you're void of. If you think, fill in your blank, before I just start giving a whole bunch of examples, you fill in your blank. What do you think you are void of? What do you think you are missing? What are you longing for that may be taking longer than you anticipated? What is it? Okay, that you wanted but didn't get, that gave you emotional connection, that gave you the physical enjoyment, that what is it? Okay, because that is why you're feeling the void. That is a reason why the intensity is there. It's the reason why you hear things the way you hear things. It's the reason why you move the way you move. It becomes the ripple effect in the animation of your decision making, in the animation of your body, in the animation of what you entertain, in the animation of what you what you do. It becomes the animation of your womanhood. So if you don't know, and if you're unable to bring that to the forefront of your mind, then it's time to start asking for that to be revealed. Not just for it to be revealed, but to be revealed so that you know how, so that you are able to be open and now cognizant and aware of it. Because when we're not aware, and when we don't know, we continue to go in circles. Circles will create patterns for your womanhood, for your decision making, for the men you date, for the things you tolerate. Y'all, patterns are serious. It's why sometimes you may feel like you're in this cycle where you make some steps forward, you fall back. This cycle of where you're trying and you're exerting so much energy and effort and attention, but you're really not going anywhere. That's the uncertainty and the intensity happening at once. And so what I want to remind and encourage and empower you in today is that it's not for a reason. It's not, let me rephrase that. It's not without reason. Okay? It's not without reason. The intensity and the uncertainty is not without reason. So let's get into what are the reasons for it. That should be, well, tell me what the reasons are. Okay, here comes some more clarity. Okay, here comes some more clarity, because sometimes we're like, why am I going through this? Why do I keep doing this to myself? Like, and you're trying to come out of the self-sabotage. You're trying to come out of the negative narratives. You're trying to come out of it. But you're still unsure of why you keep allowing yourself to get in it. So here it comes, okay? Here it comes. Are you ready? Here it comes. You are created to live in a fulfilled state. You are created to live in a fulfilled state. You are created to live in the facet of empowerment, of fulfillment, of abundance, of enablement, of peace, and of rest. Those components are how you are to live fulfilled. We may be trained to think fulfillment is in the external accomplishments of what you can quantify. Okay? But the foundational facet of fulfillment is in what is of quality. What is of quality, not quantifiable, is what is of quality is the inward state of being. See, we got to start at the inward state of being. A lot of us are trying to skip the inner state of being and go for fulfillment in the external factors. And that's why you get them and still ain't fulfilled. That's why you pursue them, or you change your narrative to act like you don't want them and you don't care about them. And maybe it's a coping mechanism. Just maybe. Fulfillment is what you created for. I want to talk a little bit about the plans of God for you. The plans and the purpose of God for us, his people. Okay? That fulfillment comes because we are full of his presence. He has deposited peace in you. He has deposited fulfillment in you. He has deposited joy in you. You may not feel it yet because maybe it's considered as it being dormant. Okay? Because the empowerment and the enablement has to be awakened. It has to be chosen. It has to be answered with a yes. It has to choose intentionality and deliberate intention to come into the plans of God for us. And so I want you to know this, that we were created to live in a place and state of fulfillment. A state of being. You're fulfilled. How? Because he empowers you, he enables you to come into being a carrier of abundance, of peace, of contentment, of rest. Okay? Now, abundance, let's come back. Abundance, we instantly think material things. We instantly think what we can quantify. The abundance for fulfillment has a premise. Think of the diving board before you get into the water, okay? The diving board, the premise is soul rest. It's abundance of soul prosperity. Let me not soul rest, soul prosperity. Your soul is your emotions, your mind, your will, your intellect, your ability to imagine the higher things. We equate higher things to riches and success. The higher things are truly to experience the plans of God for you. Okay? You are a carrier of peace. Society and the intensity and the warfare, it will tell you that you have to protect your peace.
I didn't get that.
Your background, is my Apple Watch. Your background, your upbringing, what you avoid of, you felt, or society itself made you feel like you have to chase peace. It's something you got to go find somewhere. It's found in salvation. It just may be dormant. Jesus said, "My peace I leave with you. I do not give you peace as the world does. My peace surpasses your understanding." Go read the book of John. But you are a carrier of peace, okay? You embody peace. You just have to wake up to it. The intensity and the uncertainty, it causes it to be dormant. It causes it to be washed out. It causes the mentality around it to be deceptive, deceit. It's deceitful. The perception around it. That's why we have to say, before you jump into the water and accumulate all of these things, let's get the core right. Okay? Let's get the core right. And then there are 3 levels of rest that is given to you. And that is soul rest. Here's where the soul rest comes in, where you are able to have emotional wellness, emotional regulation, emotional stability, emotional, you're able to have mental soundness. You are able to be able to perceive and behold God's plans for you. You are able to surrender your strong will for what God's will is for you. I have 2 videos on about desires. I want you to go find them, okay? There's 2 videos about desires that you might need to tap into when it comes to surrendering the will, because it will help you get soul rest, all right? Then there's Sabbath rest, where you work and then you stop working, okay? You work and then you stop. When you stop, you are allowing yourself to trust that God provides. You're allowing yourself to find solace in the fact that you did enough, in the ability to say, you know what? I'm good. I might not have finished the to-do, but I'm not going to keep producing. I'm not going to keep going. I'm not going to keep being the Energizer battery. It keeps going and going and going. No, you work and you rest. Okay? You're productive and you're rested. That's Sabbath rest. 3, that's Sabbath rest and soul rest. Let me just tell you that. And then 3, rest is the physical rest, where you actually lay down and you sleep. Okay? You're not up all night. You're not suffering with insomnia. You're able to sleep and your sleep be sweet, But what helps you get there? The soul rest and the Sabbath rest helps you get there. The empowerment, the enablement, the inward abundance, and the being a carrier of peace helps you to steward there. Okay? And so these are God's plans for you. This is the clarity. All right? Now, let's come into the reason why you're experiencing intensity and the uncertainty. Another reason is because God has portion for you. So he has plans for you. And now he has, in addition to that, he has portion for you. Portion is, what you partake in. It's what you partake. You are a participant of. Okay? The empowerment and enablement that he gives you that helps you to be fulfilled. All right? And that is your ability to shine, not arrogantly, not boastfully, but humbly and confidently. You're shining not for you, but for God's glory. You're shining to bring others into this love and liberty that's in Christ Jesus and in the presence of him, because his presence is in you. Remember, you're a carrier, okay? The fulfillment comes because you're filled with the love of God. All right? Assurance is a portion. To be assured is to know that you have divine permission to shine, not shrink. Okay? To be assured that heaven is backing you. To be assured that God is for you. To be assured that you are on the winning team when you're in Jesus, even when life makes you think that you're losing. To be assured is to have this boldness about yourself, to where even when things are hard or difficult or challenging or perplexing or difficult, that you are assured in who you are. You experience a breakup, but you're assured in who you are. You experience divorce, but you are assured in who you are. You experience loss, but you are assured in who you are. You experience gain, and you are assured in who you are. The money don't make you. The clothes don't make you. The success don't make you, because you are assured in who you are. And then your portion is support. We sometimes park support at being our village. We sometimes park support at being, the babysitter and, the house cleaning lady, if that's your thing, or the support in being, your village, or the people on your team. If you are at work, the people on your team, they help and support you to navigate all the things, right? That's one level. And I want you to think of that level of support as resources. Okay, think of that level of support as resources, but don't cap support there. Because if we cap support there, when people don't show up, when people don't apply, when people cancel out, when people are going through their own uncertainty and intensity and they don't have the capacity to be there for you the way you want them to be there, or that you expect them to be there, or that you will be there for them, then you feel like, see, you get in your feelings, you get attitudinal, you get da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So we can't cap support right there. Okay? We want to see support on that level as resources. But your portion that you partake in is to know that you are supported by God, that you are supported by heaven, that you are supported by the angelic host, okay? That you are supported in the spiritual realm of Jesus. Okay, that you are supported because you're seated in high places and all of heaven is backing you. That you are supported because Christ is your anchor. He is your, when you feel like you falling, you actually bounce. You know, like the trampoline. You actually go. You get some bounce. You get some spring back. It's because heaven and His word and His truth, it supports you. You are supported. This support is the source. Okay? It's above the resources. It's the source. I don't know. It's an old school song that's coming to my head. You are the source of my supply. Lord, I praise you and I lift you high. Okay? And so this is that type of support, all right? Where you are lifted higher, you're lifting Him higher because you know that He is the source of everything. Okay, and so if the people don't show up, that's why you hear that phrase, audience of one. Okay, think about that. Audience of one is the source. You want to make sure that it's all for the source. That what you get, what you are able to obtain in life, the success that you get in life, it's a derivative of the support of heaven. And then your portion is to partake in being renewed. I want you to consider renewed as something that's continuous. I want you to consider being renewed as something that you are able to continue to meet yourself in another dimension of you. You are continuously being introduced to new facets and in this ongoing element of self-discovery. This renewal is, okay, I know that didn't work. It's the reflection and the lessons being implemented so that you move forward differently. More wise in wisdom and you know, it's the renewal is so that you don't think the same way you thought that got you into some sticky situations, you know. And the renewal is in your sound. Okay, we did a whole series on significant sound. See, the renewal is in you continuing to emerge in your sound. The renewal is in you continually to emerge in how you carry yourself and how you perceive yourself and how you think and what you tolerate. The renewal is in, you know, your motives and your intentions. The renewal is a continuous thing. It's a washing. It's a daily, moment by moment, second by second washing of your mind, your vision, what you see, what you look at, what you entertain, how you hear, what you listen to, what you say, how you say it, your environment, who you want around you. Like, it's a continuous state of renewal. Whew. See, you might be like, I ain't with that no more. It's because you in renewal. I don't want to do that no more. That ain't fun to me no more. It's because you in renewal. I don't want to talk that way no more. It's because you renewal. It's when you try to go back and do some things that you once have done and it don't give you that same, it's because you in renewal. Well, I'm used to doing this, but I feel like I can't do it. Something's telling me not to do it. It's because you in renewal. Okay? The intensity and the threat, it comes because it doesn't want you functioning in the plans or in the portion. It doesn't want you to function in God's plans or in God's portion for you. So if it can wreck you there, if it can stunt you there, if it can, there meaning in the intensity, in the uncertainty, if it can quiet you there, if it can hide you there, if it can suppress you there, if it can keep you egotistical there, if it can keep you you know, weary there, if it can keep you arrogant there, if it can keep you like, well, the arrogant and the ego comes in where I ain't gonna let nobody know, I ain't gonna tell nobody, oh, I got this, I can do this, oh, I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna make that happen. See, if it can get you focusing on you, yourself, and you forgetting about the source. See, if it can get you stuck there, if it can get you in isolation, if it can get you in a continuous state of dis-ease instead of the renewing and the empowerment and the enablement of the fulfillment of peace and soul rest and knowing that you were created for it, God's plans and God's portion of shining and assured and supported and in renewal, then he know you gonna stay right where you are. There's gonna be no growth. There's just gonna be cycle. But I want to remind you that we are a threat when we're in our fulfillment form. We're not a threat when we're in the facade form. We're not a threat when we're in, I'm going to make it happen, I'm going to do it. We're not a threat when we're in that form. That's where he wants you. We're not a threat when we base abundance on the external. We're not a threat then, because that's where he wants you. You're not a threat when you out here like, I'm going to protect my peace, because all that depends on you. So you're not a threat in that, you're a threat when you recognize and you agree with, you tap into what's dormant and you come into God's plans and portion for you. Then you become a threat then, because you're in your fulfillment form. You're awakening to your fulfillment form. You're seeking and you're inquiring and you begin to hunger and thirst for the plans and the portion that gets you to partake in your fulfillment form. You're now activated now. And then you become a threat, because you have a treasure, okay? I want you to start looking at intensity and uncertainty as a two-sided coin. I want you to start looking at it as a two-sided coin. One side of the coin is, see, it's just so hard, it's just so difficult, it's just so this, woe is me, the intensity, the dormancy, in addition, right? The dormancy, all that's on one side of the coin. Oh, because it can make you say, you know what, see, this why I didn't gave up on God. I didn't abandon the faith. I don't read no more. I don't go to church no more. That's the coin where the enemy wants you. That's the coin where the opposition wants you. That's the coin that's going to keep you outside of God's plans and God's portion. That's why you have to say, it's another side to this coin. You got to speak to yourself and remind yourself, let it up. I choose heads. Woo, because sometimes life can make you look like the coin just been flipped up, right? And you figure, okay, it landed on this side, so it's a two-sided coin, okay? It's a two-sided coin. You don't blame God. You don't isolate from God. You don't isolate yourself from people. You don't stay in dormancy. Okay, that's not fulfillment. That's not God's plans nor his portion. We flip the coin and become, I recognize, no, I'm a threat to the enemy. My tears, though I may cry, though I may, if you want to be like, I ain't gonna cry, you don't see no tears, I'm just, that my eyes just running. Like, if that's you, whatever you are, where you act like you don't need to cry, you don't want to cry, I want you to know, or you can't keep yourself from crying. I want you to know that the tears are a transaction. I want you to understand that the tears are a transaction. The silent tears that you're inwardly groaning and moaning about are the ones that physically roll down your face. The tears are a transaction. It's cleansing. There is a transaction where you have it's a transaction, and the other side of the coin is where you function in you are now coming into your treasure. We have treasure. In this body, we have treasure. We have hidden treasure. It's dormant because you haven't searched it out. It's dormant because the intensity and the uncertainty causes you to abandon it. And suppress it. But flip the coin. Remember, you have treasure. It's a hidden treasure that wants to come out. The plans and the portions of God are the hidden treasures. Your renewal, your constant state of renewal is the hidden treasure. The potency and the empowerment and the potency that you carry, it's the hidden treasure. Let your tears remind you that it's a transaction to flip the coin, because the intensity is really an opportunity for you to collide and accept and say yes to destiny. opportunity for destiny. The intensity, all the things that I just said, the plans and the portions of God, it's all a part of your destiny. It's all a part of your destiny. Your inner condition also has a destiny. But that's another video, okay? I'm gonna do another video on that. Your inner condition also has a destiny that aids and that becomes personal support for the external things that happen in your life. But it has to start with your inside having a destiny, the plans and the portion that God wants for you. It's a part of your destiny. See, the intensity, it's because of your destiny. Remember that. Okay? I pray that you have received some clarity and that you have received some encouragement and that you have received some wisdom and that you have received some empowerment and enablement to know that heaven is backing you and has given you the permission to flip the coin and to wake up and activate the hidden treasure and to choose to seek out and to inquire his plans and his portion and then to be a participant of them. Okay? Play this back. Play this back, play this back, play this back. And pat yourself on the back for enduring, for listening, for being intrigued, for not allowing yourself to be distracted, for choosing to touch on you too, right here in this moment. Okay? It's been real. Connect further with me in the description box below. All right? Because destiny is calling. And you being in your beautifully woven state is a part of your destiny. So we're dropping the facades of every kind and we're allowing ourselves to mend, mature, and come into the mastery of divine plans, destiny, okay? So that we can walk in it fulfilled, in our most fulfilled state.